In mid-July, the CMU Volleyball program hosted its first annual Junior Chippewa Camp. This camp offered the opportunity for youngsters grades 6 through 8 to learn volleyball skills from the Chippewa Volleyball program, which included head coach Erik Olson. Coach Olson really enjoys working with young people, and this camp was no different as Olson came away very impressed.
This particular camp has been one of my most outstanding isolated groups that I've worked with over the last 20-some years.
That's saying something, as Olson has been around the game of volleyball coaching for an extensive period of time as he embarks on his 8th season with the Chippewas coming up in 2011. For Olson, during this junior Chippewa camp, he stressed 2 words in particular. They were fundamentals and training. Those 2 words describe exactly what this camp is all about.
We really want to do a good job with the basics: pass, set, hit, how to move. And I think the most important thing that we focused on, which was the first thing I said to him, was how to actually train, which is, just focus on the little technical parts, focus on the process of doing something right, and don't worry about the result is. Be okay with failing, and if you take care of all those little things, the big things will happen.
That's exactly what these young athletes are looking for, so they can develop and get better overall as a player and an athlete. One thing each of these youngsters needs to remember is that you don't get better overnight, and big things don't happen without putting in the hard work. By attending this camp, these individuals are getting ahead of their competition and are having the chance to learn from one of the best coaching staffs in the country.
This is an ideal age to start training for volleyball, and this is an atmosphere. When you go to a camp, our camp, we don't put the pressure on you got to be great right now. It's about how to play the game, how to do things the right way.
Many volleyball players who have attended camps with the Chippewas over the years have fell in love with the program, and as a result came back to Mount Pleasant to play their college ball.
A lot of our former players started coming to our camps at an early age, and they just kept coming back. And then as they got into the middle of their high school years, they started to think, hey, I want to be a Chippewa.
Coach Olson and his program host clinics throughout the winter season. Because of that, Olson saw a lot of familiar faces at this year's inaugural Junior Chippewa Camp.
It's fun to work and see the development and the process of these kids as they get a little bit better each time we see them.
If you didn't get a chance to attend this year's camp and you're thinking about whether or not you should come next year, Coach Olson has this advice for you.
Come. If you love volleyball or you're even interested in volleyball, come to this camp and explore it. This is a camp that if you want to learn something about the game, you want to even learn something about becoming a better athlete and how to train and how to be in an athletic environment, this is an outstanding camp to attend, and you should come.
By the way, if you haven't already noticed, this camp takes place in the newly renovated McGuirk Arena. The McGuirk Arena is home to 5 Chippewa sports, including the CMU Volleyball team. It's air-conditioned, it's wide open and spacious for 2 volleyball nets, and has plenty of available seating for family and friends who want to watch you participate in this fun-filled camp. One thing is for certain, the impact of the kids in this year's camp is one that Coach Erik Olson will not forget.
They have just been outstanding. Their focus level and their energy level, there's no doubt this camp will return, and it's going to continue to get better and better.
To be a part of next year's 2nd annual Junior Chippewa Camp, visit cmuchippewas.com/camps. Thank you for making this year's camp so special. We hope to see you this fall inside McGuirk Arena as you cheer on the Chippewa volleyball team as they pursue a Mid-American Conference championship.